Alright, quick update on Solana. So while nothing has really changed on the daily time frame since our video yesterday, something has changed on the BTC chart, and I think we will check this out on the Heikin-Ashi candles on the weekly to see what is going, because we do have our daily close coming in tomorrow. So I think this is going to be very, very important if Solana is able, which I do think it will, to print in another green candle. So let's quickly start off with what's going on the lower time frames. Looking at the 4-hourly time frame, I mean, we're basically just stair-stepping to the upside. We've been predicting this for a while. When we were down here, we accumulated more Solana at 118. Not that this was our first buy. If you've been watching my channel, you know I've been talking about this triple bottom. We've been accumulating the shit out of Solana since it was down here at $80, and we've basically gone on the dirtiest rally to the upside that I've seen in quite a while for crypto. I mean, almost an 85% pump, and I'm very, very happy about that, because if you watched my video yesterday on a breakdown of my portfolio, you know Solana takes up approximately 33% or so of my portfolio, not including my Solana NFTs, which have been rallying on the OpenSea news anyway. So yeah, just a very quick update. Smaller time frames, we are continuing to the upside. We're basically just stair-stepping up. You know, we pointed this 140 out as a potential region that I do think could be a very, very minor level of resistance. I don't think it's going to be that big of a level of resistance. I do think in the next day or so we are going to be shattering above it, because like I've been saying, I have this price target up here at 150. I think 150 is the next major level of support or resistance, depending on whether we do have a strong rejection or we do flip it. So if we do flip it, next target once again is 190. Once we break 190, all-time high is up here at 260. So that is all for the Solana USD chart, at least on the daily. We can now move over to the weekly and look at the Heikin-Ashis, and we are seeing extremely nice volume coming in for Solana, at least for the start of an uptrend. Do bear in mind, the last time Solana started the uptrend on the Heikin-Ashi candles, it was all the way down here, and look at the volume that we started this uptrend with. It was good volume, don't get me wrong, but it was gradually increasing to the upside. What we're seeing right now is a massive euphoric amount of volume pumping in to Solana right now. On especially if we look at this on the Heikin-Ashis, I mean, it will be pretty much the same if we're looking at this on the Japanese candlesticks, but nonetheless you can see a little bit of volume that wasn't necessarily successful, which is why I do think looking at this on the Heikin-Ashis is probably the best way to go, especially on the weekly. I mean, Solana, I mean, the Heikin-Ashis is such a nice way to trade Solana, in my opinion. If you are new to Heikin-Ashis and you don't know how they work, and you want to know how they work, click on my portfolio or my my profile rather, click on my playlist. I have an educational playlist. I have a video on how to use, how to trade, and everything about Heikin-Ashi candles that you could possibly need. Nonetheless, if you do just want a quick breakdown of Heikin-Ashis, they characterize uptrends and downtrends much better than traditional Japanese candlesticks. You can basically see sea of green, sea of red. If we switch over to the Japanese, we've got, I mean, green, red, red, green, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it's kind of all over the place with Japanese. A little bit harder to read. Nonetheless, Heikin-Ashi candles are a breath of fresh air. They're very, very simple to trade. They're very easy to see what's going on in a macro time frame. Like I said, very nice volume coming in. We've pumped above the 618. Nonetheless, I do think Solana's getting ready for that big push up to 150 now. That is basically all I see for the USD chart. Really nothing's changed. The number one thing to keep your eye on is the daily close that's going to be coming on tomorrow, or the daily and weekly close, specifically the weekly close that's going to be coming in tomorrow, especially if we manage to maintain the levels that we're at right now. This is going to be one of the most bullish Heikin-Ashi candles that we have put in for a very, very long time. So my chart is lagging a bit. Coming over to the weekly, if we look at what is going on the BTC candles, because this is what I've been wanting to talk about, we've run into our first tiny bit of resistance. Now, do bear in mind, I don't think this is going to stay here for too long. We're above the 618, we're above the 0.5, and we're heading up like a rocket. We've got nice volume coming in. Looking at this on the weekly, we've got a lot of room to move to the upside. Nonetheless, like I've been saying, this is a strong area of resistance, and this is going to be a very, very key level for Solana priced against Bitcoin if we are able to flip the 200-day, which is why this is such a very, very key area that I think we need to flip in the next coming days or weeks. If we do flip the 200-day, you can basically see once we backtest this, once we start moving up, there is nothing in the way anymore. We're above every single Fibonacci of importance in my opinion, and the next level up is basically the all-time high from the breakout region, not even from where we are now. From the breakout region, this would mean Solana would be going up approximately 53% against Bitcoin, almost 60% from where we are now. If we come over to Bitcoin anyway, you can see we're currently predicting a 20% move coming for Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin's going to move up 20% in the next couple of weeks, in the next couple of months, and Solana is going to move up 60% priced against Bitcoin, while Bitcoin's already moving up 20%, this could mean that we have a what is this, a 60% plus the 20% that Bitcoin's going to be moving up, an 80% increase. Where would an 80% increase put us at? Basically the all-time high on the USD chart. So very, very interesting stuff going right now. Solana is one of my favorite cryptos. It's my second favorite crypto, so I am slightly biased to this, but you know, do bear in mind I think this is a very, very good long-term play. I do think on the USD pair, once we hop above 150, there is really not too much getting in our way of the all-time high at 260, apart from the 190 region, which is this final 618 Fibonacci from low to high. That is basically all I see for Solana. The BTC pair is looking amazing. Once we get above the 200-day, I imagine we'll be having a very, very quick pump. Obviously not taking into account that this will be a couple of days. I think this is something for, you know, the next month, the next 2 months, but nonetheless 60% increase against Bitcoin. If Bitcoin's going to move up 20%, we could basically be coming up to the all-time highs a lot sooner than people think for Solana. We've got the volume to confirm it on the higher time frames. On the weekly, we've got such a nice amount of room to move to the upside, and once again, Heiken Ashi candles finally flipping the uptrend as green. Solana looks pretty amazing to me. So that is all I see for Solana. Best of luck if you are in it. Once again, none of this is financial advice, just my own opinion on the market, and you've always got to do what's best for you. Cowboy out. Peace.